My first Umbraco site. My name is Sebastian. You may know me as Cultiv on Twitter. I may know your faces but not your names, so if you come up to me, mention your Twitter name and I'll recognize you. Like, your photo is completely wrong. Right, Pete? I work for Mindbus and Leiden. I also do some freelance work on the side in the evening hours, weekends and stuff like that. Been doing Umbraco for about 3 years, and I blog at cultiv.nl, which is very interesting. If you get an orange SIM card and try to visit your own website, you get something that says your site may be not suitable for people under the age of 18. So I had to actually call them up and say, I'm 18, and they're like, okay, you can watch your own site now. My first Umbraco V5 site, you're looking at it. It's something I stole from Google, just a little bit of JavaScript that will move pages around. It's really cool. Got a bit of a disclaimer, this is going to be a bit of a basic session, so no, not very technical. I'm not an MVC expert yet, I'm working on it. This is all alpha material and it will probably blow up in my face, like it did 2 weeks ago. Is there anybody here who saw my presentation 2 weeks ago? Okay, that's good, because it's going to be completely the same, but then working. Sorry in advance if something doesn't work. Not my fault, just Umbraco team. Just call them up and say. Making them do crap demos. So what does this look like? Doesn't look like anything yet, okay. This site is just... Now I wish I had the provider that was faster. Alright, come on, you can do it. So I really should talk to Alex to see how we can speed this up. So this is it. This is my presentation note, and it has slides under it. So I will now reveal all of the titles of my slides, which is really interesting. Come on. There we go. And there are only 8 of them, so don't worry, I won't bore you to bits. I've put some property editors, they're called now, on my document type. An image, the size of the header, and some text. There's just a rich text editor. So the size of the header determines if the header ends up here, the image ends up here somewhere. That's it. That's my whole website. It's pretty, isn't it? So what I wanted to do is take a step back and see how I got here actually. So as you may know, on Coplex there is alpha releases of Umbraco available, which you can just click on download. Of course, there's also nightlies on nightlies.umbraco.org, I think. So you can check out, if you want to be really bleeding edge, you can check out those. I think this is one I downloaded last night. I'm not aware of any surprises just yet, but they might be there. But if you want to be really cool, then you do as I do. I don't know if everybody is familiar with Mercurial yet. Who is familiar with Mercurial? Okay, so half. I won't try to explain it because it's quite difficult. But you can get up and running pretty easily by just doing a clone. You have Coplex gives you a URL when you go there. You do if you've got TORTOS HG installed, you do a clone. You just enter the URL of the Umbraco repository and the destination folder where you put the files, and you get something like this. So the whole structure. What you can do then is run the build batch file that will just go through and build everything and make a complete package for you, so that this is actually the same package that you would get from the nightlies, but even more up to date. What I do regularly is check out the latest changes. So I go into pull incoming change sets, which I won't do now, and I get a list here of changes. I've got my filter set on default, so that this is where everybody's committing, which should be a buildable branch at the moment. There's other branches as well, even a super secret one, and I don't know what's secret about it, but you'll have to check it out for yourself. It might be really cool. At this moment, I'm actually checking out the 5008 revision, because the newer ones don't install the dev data set that you'll see in a minute. But if I'm not, if I've just pulled, then I just do an update. I just say discard local changes if I was debugging or doing something to break Umbraco. Just throw it all out. If you want to save it, of course, then you should probably make your own branch or something like that. I don't know if you can fork these. Yeah, you can fork them as well, probably, so you can make your own fork. But I just throw it out and just debug on the latest version, because so much is still changing. Right, I was promising I wasn't going to be very technical, but I am now. So the build batch ran, and it actually produced these two files. The all binaries and web app, and as you can see, the file name starts with a date and a time that I was building it. I'm actually building it in the future for most of you English guys, but that's because my time zone is still in the Dutch format. So what you can do, this is just a normal Umbraco install that you get. And you can unzip it, and I'll show you in a minute how to use that. One more thing, if you go into the solution file, say I've just updated it, so it's running now. If you go into the solutions file and actually want to start debugging, I think the default configuration is now set to debug, so it will build. It used to be set to something funky in the list that was just I don't know. I think it was Alex's debug setting or something, and it didn't work. So make sure to set it to debug if it's not, or release if you want to do a release version, and then it will work. You might have to do this before you run the build batch file. I'm not sure about that actually. I don't know how they configured it. Okay, back to my slides. So your development environment. This is the project is quite the project structure is quite set now, so I'm quite comfortable starting to think about that. The first thing you can do, which is really easy, is just get the zip file, unzip it somewhere. I've done it here before, for example, and just right-click the folder. If you got Web Matrix installed, you can just run the website. And it will spin up a version of IIS Express for you, and your site will start running immediately. So that's the easiest way to do this. Of course, I'm a bit of a Visual Studio junkie, so I only do this to be able to run the site easily. What you can do as well is just hit F5 here, and it will start an IIS Express for you as well, and you can debug while running the Umbraco website. Another thing to remember there, if this thing starts scrolling, there you go, is that you have to have the startup project set to Umbraco CMS Web UI, which is the exact same Umbraco site that you're going to get from the zip file. So, except there's a bit more folders, I think. Ooh, I'll just move the script folder. Lovely. Where is it gone? Ah, yeah. There's no Control Z on that. That's really annoying. Then you get a running website on IIS Express as well. It's configured to use IIS Express. So I think that needs to be installed on your machine. I don't know if you guys know about the web platform installer, which is awesome. It's got Umbraco in it actually, but it's also got Web Matrix in it, and that gives you IIS Express. I think one of the other things you need to have installed is MVC3. So make sure to get that from the web platform installer as well. So that's the easiest ways to run it. Of course, you can still just create a virtual directory in IIS. It actually works with virtual directories now. You can set up your normal hosts file and things like that, like you're probably used to doing right now in Umbraco. So you can do that. There's one other thing I want to show you is how I actually set up the a new Visual Studio solution for Umbraco. I'm actually hoping that they will start adding a Visual Studio solution file and a CS project file, just so that we can just get started a bit more easily. So I just do a new project. You'd think that if you install an SSD, it should go faster, right? Doesn't really. I may need to reconfigure my SSD somehow. New project. Hang on. So I just started a new MVC3 web application, and what I do is I don't accept what Microsoft gives me. So this starts adding stuff, but I'm going to delete everything. And while I'm doing that, I might as well copy this over to where is it? Where is it gone? Oh, there we go. There we go. So I'm deleting this. Bye bye. And it should be gone here as well. And I'm just copying, pasting the whole Umbraco solution in there, and adding those back. So this one I don't want, areas I don't want, content, scripts, maybe that, web config I need. Do I need anything else? Add data, plugins, oh really, areas maybe. So just drag them in here. Done. Oh yeah, that takes a while. So then you can just start running it like a normal MVC site. Obviously, you can still configure it using the old Visual Studio runner, which is called Cassini. But I like IIS Express, so I just set IIS Express on it. Where is it? Built. No, wait. Use IIS Express. If you got it installed, it's here. I think you actually need Visual Studio Service Pack 1 installed to have this option, so make sure to install that. And if I save this, it's probably going to complain. Yes, okay, needs to make it. And fingers crossed, let's run it. That should work. So on my sheet it says create your own controllers, so I can do that actually. If you're familiar with MVC, oh yeah, it's running. If you're familiar with MVC, you have the default structure has got a controllers folder as well, which is missing from Umbraco at the moment, for a good reason, because the controllers are made by Umbraco. But you can actually, okay, hey, it's working. Okay, you can actually go around Umbraco and just say, okay, I like what you've given me, but I don't want all of your crap. Just give me a new controller, and I'll be happy to do some MVC stuff on my own. So, just by convention, it's called controllers, and if you right-click it, Visual Studio will recognize it because it is an MVC project already, so it will add controllers for you. You can call it a custom controller. If you're not familiar with MVC, this is a very basic way to set up a new route with a view. Come on. Oh, yeah. So I don't know if you saw what I did there, but there's add view there as well. So what am I missing? Does it need to be? Ah, there you go. I don't want your layout. Hey, ASPX. I did it wrong. It's supposed to be a razor. Help. Let's try it out. I need to build it. I learned that from the last time I did this presentation. So now I should be able to go to, what did I just close? This one. Custom. And let's see what shows up. Oh. Reloading app pool. Lovely. So that's a way you can, if you think, well, this Umbraco, help, it's there, yes. This Umbraco version is nice enough. I can just use it, which is something I'm actually doing right now. Don't tell anybody, but I'm actually going to use it in a project that's going live in a few months. So I'm actually using Umbraco for really simple content editing. They have 3 pages, so it's like, well, the rich text editor works. I'll give them Umbraco 5, right? But the rest of it is just custom controllers, and I'm not dependent on Umbraco here. So you can do that as well if you want. It's not supported and it's not encouraged by the Umbraco team, but sometimes you can hack away. It's just fun. All right, Umbraco new website. So when you install Umbraco, I think we already seen the install process earlier on the screen, which is really easy. You get the option to install the dev dataset, which is this tree here, and some document types that are set up for you. So to actually make this new website, I did what you would normally do in Umbraco. I created a document type. I put property editors on it. They're media pickers. There's names. This is all the same as in the old Umbraco. I always like doing this one because it actually works now. That's something that Shannon made, and he's proud of it, and he should be. But I guess this is going to change when Mark Bolton gets his hands on it. So, oh well. Short-lived but fun. All right, so same process. Just say which child node types are allowed, and you can make something with it. Right, so the media picker works. Everything works. Then you have templates, and they're all Razor views. And as you may know, I'm a big fan of Razor. So I was happy with the announcement this morning that XSLT is going to disappear. Sorry, fans, but we won this war. Pillow fight was a good way to test that, actually. Right, so when you make a new document type, it also asks you if you want to make a template for it. Templates are just Razor views, so I created this one. I'm not going into the Razor for now because I think the examples in the dev dataset are good enough at the moment. So you can. That's what I did. I just stole what is in there and just looked at it and was like, okay, I don't really understand this, but I should use this, so I'm using it. So over here, there's the logo. That's the Umbraco logo in the bottom right. And I'm doing simple for each model content children, and this I don't understand why I do have to do as dynamic here, but I'm probably doing it wrong, but it's working, so that's fine with me. So I don't know if it's readable actually. Oh wow! So this is very readable. It's a simple for each, and it creates divs, articles, and it creates H1 tags. Actually, the source of this thing that looks like this is just this is a slide. article. So simple as that. Lovely. Right. So as I said, this is so easy that I don't really have much material on it right at the moment. So I wanted to talk about packages as well, because I'm a big fan of making packages, and I've made some, and it's fun to do, and it's always interesting to figure out new things. For this one. So okay, let's explain. Packages are actually NuGet packages. Who's familiar with NuGet? Okay, so that's something you can install in Visual Studio right now. You can get it from, I think you can get it from the web platform installer as well. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it comes with Visual Studio Service Pack 1. NuGet. Okay, it probably comes with Service Pack 1. What you get here is a really easy way to install things into your website. This is just a normal NuGet. NuGet is just something that Visual Studio uses, and the Umbraco team has taken that package format and is applying it to Umbraco. So I don't think, but correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you can install NuGet packages in Visual Studio to put it into Umbraco, but I'm not sure about that. So if I wanted to install Elma in my website right now, then I could just install it and I don't have to do all the configuration and everything. Or if I wanted to do, I don't know, entity framework stuff, then there's loads and loads and loads of packages already for your normal websites or other solutions. Entity, it must be Freudian. Entity, there you go. So it's really easy. You should really have a look at it. Look at Scott Hanselman's blog posts about it, because he's awesome at explaining these things. What does a NuGet package look like? Well, actually, it's a container format, so it contains files and folders and things like that. And it also contains a manifest which tells the consumer what to do with the package, and I can't see that right now. Over here, that's called new spec. Oh no, that's just the description. All right. Well, there is a manifest somewhere. I just don't know where. Excuse me. What I did for the meeting in Holland 2 weeks ago was steal Mr. Douglas's work. I'm still sorry about that. And I made image gen work inside of Umbraco V5. And I promised him that I would explain him how I did that. So here goes. Very simple. The NuGet Package Explorer. You do have to download that. Let's see, you create a new package. You actually just drag in the files. It's asking if I want to put it in the content folder in the root. At the moment I want to put it in the root, I think. And you drag in the imagegen.dll. This is not a full imagegen because there's more config files and stuff like that. And it will be added in the lib folder, and I want to do that because that's where Umbraco is going to look for them as well. So there, I'm done. This is new. This is how an imagegen package would look like for Umbraco 5. I think I've already created a good one over here, just to make sure that's the same. Right. So this one needs to go in there, in the web config. Oh yeah, and we need a web config. And what was in the web config again? Oh yeah, I remember now. There's a, can I enlarge this? There's a task in there that tells the package to copy from content to the root of your site. So maybe I just ruined this one because it's not in content anymore. So I will just copy the imagegen.ash from our package into the root of the website, so that it can be found where it usually is found. That's all. So let's not save changes and see if this works in the current version. I haven't tested this yet, so It's going to be fun. Oh, there's a new checkbox here. Auto install package. Cool. Please also accept the terms below. Okay, will do. Choose the file. It's on my desktop somewhere. ImageGen. Where is it? Start all new package. There it is. Okay, upload and it will automatically install. Okay, hands off. So let's see if this worked. I'm using this one. So the ImageGen file should show up here any second now. Success. And there we go, it worked. Woo. So this didn't work. There you go. Package for you, Mr. Robar. This didn't work in Alpha 2, and luckily it works now. So I'm happy about that. Let's test this out. I don't think I have an image somewhere. One thing to note is that this doesn't yet work with the current ImageGen doesn't yet work with the current media items because they have a really interesting looking URL. Actually, I can show you what the URL looks like. It looks like a bit like this, and they don't have actually a physical presence on disk that I can find. So I don't know where the file is stored now, but it's stored in a URL. So so I have to use a file-based image, which is this one, for example, content images, just to prove that it works. So this is going to be ImageGen. Of course, everybody knows what ImageGen is and what it does, right? Yes, yes, okay, good. Oh, image equals something like that. And file name. Okay, hey, it works. And just to prove that it can do what it does best. Boom! Huge. There we go. So this works pretty nicely. I tried making a contact form package, but I failed, and I'm hoping to talk to Alex later about why I failed. It's probably because I'm really stupid and couldn't do it. Right, where was I? Lost my. No, that's the. Wait. Okay. Other things to note. Nothing really much. Your razor views. If you put razor views in your package, make sure to put them in view/partial. That's where they will be picked up, or as an embedded resource. Shannon actually wrote a blog post about this and mentioned this. I have yet to play with this, but this is a good tip to remember, actually. All right. And then it's already time for the questions. Anybody have any questions? Come on, I can think of one. There you go.
Could you demo how you would set up if you needed to have some kind of master page layout and then using views for the rest?
No. Because I don't know how to do that yet. No, I'm not sure what. So what do you want, the master page, and you want some?
Yeah, so you can have all the surrounding markup in one.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Yes, I do know. I don't know how to do it, but I know it's in there. So not in here. So the layout is already defined for you, and in your layout, which is sort of a master page, you define the template of your site. You create sections. I think they're called sections, and these sections need to be implemented by whoever is using them. And the render body is, of course, the body of this razor file. let's see if we have. So the layout is here. Well, this is something I need to play with, obviously, because I don't know actually exactly what it's doing. But Alex,
Do you want me to?
yeah, if you can
How do you quick?
help, thank you. I'll just.
I don't want to. I'm not going to take.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just do this. It's like custom. Help. Never mind.
What did
Not
you
working.
just do? So we're in the back office. Okay. So is it Window Plus? Yeah. There we go. Okay. So in terms of the equivalent for a master page and pages based on master pages, I don't really know the terminology for the child ones. In MVC we have layouts, and you can have views that are based on those layouts. And in the same way that in version 4 we try and help you understand the hierarchy of those templates by expressing them in the tree, we've also done that in 5. So when you install the dev dataset, which is the thing that we've had on our screens a lot with the black navigation bar, that's actually using the equivalent of a master page, which is this dev dataset layout, and that's the one that's got all the head and the body tags and everything. And in a layout you can define sections which are the equivalent of when you have the content area or whatever it's called in a master page. Yeah, that's the one. And a section is basically equivalent to that. So when you then make your real template, you have to define what parts of the what sections that template has markup for. So, for example, in the home page, we can actually say, right, for the section called page title, just spit out the name of the current the dynamic model, which is basically the current page. Something that Matt's also worked on a lot, if I just zoom out real quick, is when you make a new view or template based on another layout, you'll see here I just right clicked on the dev dataset one and click create, and it's going to use the master one. So if I just make any old thing, sorry to screw up.
No problem.
Oh, no. I knew I shouldn't have come up in
This is last night's.
Yeah. Oh, this is last night's?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, anyway, the point is, when it works, there's actually, it will give you like a blank one with the sections already in there, and then you don't have to remember what they all are.
Try the buttons.
You are?
Try the buttons.
Try the
buttons.
What, in case they don't work as well? What buttons do you want? Let's just, everyone
come
come
on.
up. Which buttons?
So as well, if you remember in V4, you get an editor. You've got editor buttons. So in here as well, we've got helper buttons. So you can define a section. So if you was creating a master layout, you can define the actual render section razor, and equally, we'll see if this one works. You can implement a section name from the master page, so that's automatically checking the master layout and listing all the render sections that are available. And so I can say I want to implement the style sheets one, and it inserts the section.
Thank you for that stage invasion. Awesome. Any other questions for me or for Matt or for Alex or for... doesn't matter. No, nothing? All right then. Oh, there's one.
Is the V5 no package builder anymore?
No, it's coming. It's not there yet. I should have said that, but the package builder will be back. Just check in. Yes. Adam.
Can you cascade doc types? Yeah. No.
Matt.
Not yet.
It's coming now. Pieces? Yeah. Coming.
There you go.
Doc type pieces?
if there's no other questions, then thank you for your attention, and maybe Lee has some more material on new components if you want to go look. Thanks for your attention.